So before I got on here, I had to massacre some flies because frankly I probably couldn't make it through anything with the flies buzzing around before they drove me nuts. Um, but before we get into any action, I want to thank everybody who's watched and um, I appreciate it. Um, but if you could, hey, you watch it, check it out, and if somebody's interested that you know, and tell them about my channel, and I want to grow and show people what I do and get people interested, and maybe not necessarily cars or racing, but something mechanical, something different, rather than frankly being on your phone and a bunch of those electronic nonsense and some petty crap in the world. So it would help the world, honestly. Um, but other than that, I appreciate you watching again. But moving on is EPA, the Nazi EPA, are trying to, frankly, get rid of racing. As in, if a vehicle has a VIN, from what I think I remember, if a vehicle has a VIN and it is specifically built to fly, if it's specifically built only to go on the track, not the street whatsoever, that vehicle will be illegal to apparently the government, which they're a bunch of clowny idiots anyways. But besides the point, that's kind of the point, but besides it, the biggest thing you can do is go to the SEMA website and pretty much, I think it's still there, is go find the RPM Act and sign the RPM Act and go through that. And I think that gets in touch with your government officials in your state or whatever. Frankly, they're clowns too, but apparently it does help, and it does help to recognize that. And so racing doesn't go away, careers don't go away. My hopeful future career in racing doesn't go away. My passion, people's love in racing and, passions. But I take it personal on what they're doing. I wouldn't call it offending, because frankly, offending, that word is annoying. But the point is I take it personal. It's almost a personal attack on me, and I think everybody else in racing takes it the same way. And it's just, it's the government and those stupid hippies, frankly, trying to take away people's passions, people's careers, people's lives. And to me, when you start doing that, it's I find that against the law, but apparently people find that, differently, because frankly, most people in the world are complete idiots. But the point is go out, sign the RPM Act, and frankly, save racing, and tell the EPA to shove it where it don't shine. Oh yeah, EPA, shove it where it don't shine, because you're a bunch of clowny idiots. Okay, now that little rant and stuff is out of the way. Today, I don't know exactly, but first things off, I did get the windows to work. I don't know if you can see that they're up, but I'll show you what I have to do to switch it. And the thing is, I'm not going to be able to use the Bill of Automotive buttons for the to actuate the windows up and down. I'm going to have to use a more simple button, excuse me, that's on the way. But other than that, I kind of started working on the inner fender wells, putting on the new mud flaps, a lot of little stuff. The biggest problem I had was, I'll show you, but mainly taking away the rubbing. The tire was rubbing on certain parts on the inner fender well, as well as the strut was too. So I'm going to have to, oh, I forgot about that. I'm going to have to open that up, the hole, a little more. But other than that, probably today I'm going to get the bumper off and I'm probably gonna put the upper grill, the mesh for the grill on. I had it on before, but it ended up falling off, and it was just kind of flopping around. So I took it out before I even started this build. So what I'm gonna do is show you the new mud flaps versus the old ones that I got, because all I did was on the new ones I bought and kind of figured out what rubber I need that would work well, and a company that I'll probably put down in the description, as well as that SEMA website. Kind of, if you're in, I mean, if you're, you know, rally stuff or whatnot, mud flaps, you make your own mud flaps. Other than spending, like, how much I spent was like 150 some bucks for 4, and all I spent was probably right around 45 bucks for the 2 rolls I got, and pretty much just traced them out and made them how they look now and measured what I needed. So let's get going. So before I get the bumper off and whatnot, I have oh wait, no, oh, that's right. So here is the original, or not the original, well, kind of the mud flaps that I had it on before. They're flexible. I think these are right around an 1/8 inch thick, if not a little less. But the biggest problem I had, okay, was rubbing. So I don't know if you can see all those scratches, the rubbing there. So the biggest thing was trying to fix that rubbing issue, mainly for the inner fender well, and open up the mounting holes so it wasn't such a struggle. You know, putting this in and out, well, necessarily not out, but putting it back in. But one thing I really wanted to get rid of was, you can see there's a hole just open here that's not really doing anything, which it kind of drove me nuts. So that's why I kind of moved on, and I frankly chopped the price of the mud flaps that I got in like to 1/3 of the price, maybe somewhere in there. But what I did is, I can't remember the company, but I'll put it on the screen somewhere. The company, the website. But what I did was, I'm pretty sure this is neoprene rubber, and it's kind of, I would say, abrasive resistant and durable, flexible. And I got, I think it was 0.87 inch thick. So it's a little thicker than this 1/8 inch, or quite a bit maybe. But the biggest thing why I did it was the length of these mud flaps are, these are 12 by 15 inch long. And the biggest thing is I didn't want to spend 200 bucks on probably something similar to this, where it was, so the company I went through with this is Rally Armor, and I really liked them, but the problem is the price. The price was just crazy. Maybe not for maybe the material they use, but in my opinion, it's just insane. So these for a set of 4 was like probably 150 in that area. And for the motorsports ones that are a little thicker and 19 inches long, were about 200 bucks. So that's insane. But when I measured the car on the ground, I needed 17 inches. So all I gained was 2 inches on this. I gained 2 inches, and these are 17 inch long, to gain what I was looking for. and I gained a full section instead of having that open on this one. So this one's closed. I don't know if you can see it very well, black on black, but you can see what I kind of gained in that area, and it kind of annoyed me how this was cut out. So if this was straight, I probably would have left it, but two things that I really wanted instead was closing that space and a little longer. So, you know, spent right around 45, maybe it was 46, I can't remember, and got and kind of traced out these and got what I was looking for. So it kind of worked out. So the other part, other than worrying about the rub and the mud flap and stuff for the inner fender well, was the problem I'm trying to fix, but I'm probably gonna have to redo the inner fender wells and this, at least in the front. I don't think I'll have to in the back. I think I did a better job in the back. I just have to see when I get there. But the biggest problem is I don't know if you can see up in there, is there's some mud here and there. But I mean, even more behind that piece covering it. So I'm definitely gonna have to redo this one to get what I'm wanting, based on making it longer each side to cover that mud going in there. But okay, work with me. But the biggest thing is I chopped into the underbody protection, but eventually it'll be aluminum sheet. It'll kind of do a lot of bigger purposes. Is one, it'll be a lot tougher than this plastic. Two, if I just need to jack up one side of the car, I won't have to hunt and peck for kind of a spot to like just pick and, you know, jack it up a solid spot. You know, it'll kind of be a solid piece of aluminum, so it'll be easy. Just slap the jack under there and just go, instead of worrying about putting it in a certain spot, because this plastic's flimsy, it's not tough, versus aluminum sheet, a certain thickness aluminum sheet. I'm still trying to figure out where I want to go. Probably be right around an 1/8 inch, 0.125 in decimal. I don't know if I want to go a little more than that. We're right around there. I did get the wheels cleaned as well, the front. And I'm not sure what else, but kind of stuff like that is the goal. Finishing the underbody protection. What I did to make it better for the mounting is I went away from, there should be a bunch, is these U-clips, pinch clip, I don't know what you want to call them, but you pretty much got threads on the one side, and then it kind of pinches in. There's kind of like a locking kind of mechanism that pinches it in the hole. But I went through and put in some riv nuts to replace those, and they're not gonna move, and I'm not gonna have to guess that that clip didn't move in there, and I'm not gonna have to you know, try to line it back up with the hole and stuff like that. It'll save more time. I also got it in over here on the actual bumpers as well. And I'm gonna use those for the underbody protection as well, because all I have under there is riveted, just based on time to get the car done, to show it to family, friends, and stuff like that. But now I'm going in and do it right. And I don't know if I'll even race with that style underbody protection. It might just go right to the aluminum sheet, but the goal is probably, winter time 2022 to start racing. So let's get going. Okay, so instead of using the epoxy that I used on the lower, I also used the same thing on the upper, but that didn't last long. So what I used, good old hot glue. So what I'm probably gonna do is let it sit and, I guess technically cool, and get a good bond on there, and come back out and probably just slap it right back on. Is a good call. So be back when it's dry or cool. Alrighty, so I'm back. So I got this piece in, the upper grill in, as you saw, and I also plugged the one hole, and I hope I didn't do, let's see. Okay, should be good. So I hopefully, yeah, I definitely did not plug the wrong hole. Okay, it's not gonna matter much anyways, because eventually I'm gonna be taking the intake feed out of the this fog light and putting it, might as well show you, probably in here somewhere. I don't, well, maybe the upper end, but I might leave it where it is. Oh, gotta fly in one of those fly ribbons. But cause you can see the tube I was probably talking about in another video goes up to that bracket and feeds into the intake, and then it sits in that fog light. But I'm gonna end the video there, because you already saw how it came out. Pretty much, the opposite of how it comes off goes back on. Plus, well, minus the part of putting the inner fender well on. That, and I need to clean the inside, and then I guess it would be a decent thing to let this glue set for a little longer. And I might add some hot glue to the bottom one to strengthen it, but hot glue is your friend. I don't know. We'll just find out how durable and how long this, lasts, I guess, really. But I hot glued that as well. I don't know. Yeah, you can see blocked off. And then the upper grill. It'll look a little different when it's actually on the car, but gotta make some of this stuff, go away, fly. Extra durable, just based on, you know, how rally is. When I end it there, sometime clean that, get the bumper back on. Then I'm not sure where I want to go next. Maybe underbody protection, but I don't know. Things are kind of, I don't know, hectic and a lot of stuff happening, so I don't have a lot of planned out, and I don't, you know, it sucks. I don't have a lot of interesting stuff happening. But yeah, excuse me, the biggest thing is really getting this thing inspected and whatnot, to you know, that to me that's a big step, kinda, is, you know, figure out what I need exactly to make sure this thing's, you know, pass emissions. I mean, you know, I got everything to put it back to, you know, factory. It's just the point of, hopefully those Nazi New York petty crap doesn't, you know, there's one key thing that, I took out, you know, when I took out, you know, non-useful wiring stuff. But, yeah, now I'm going to end the video there. See you in the next video. Who knows? If the strut comes, then suspension. But it doesn't look hopeful anytime soon. But other than that, who knows? Underbody protection, pretty much plastics is, you know, right now the big, you know, attack, I guess. But yeah, end it there. See you in the next video. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.